Hi, everyone. This is Aaron Rich, president of Temple Sinai. I'm here with Keith Last. We are here to review our budget. In this video, you're going to hear our proposed budget for the 2026-27 year. I'm going to turn it over to Keith. He's going to review our expenses for this upcoming year.
Great. Thanks, Aaron. So taking a look over at the expenses line of where we're landing for our proposed budget for 26-27, the majority of our expenses show up in the ritual administrative or salaries and benefits lines. You can see that from a salary perspective, we have some increases in line with the overall market to make sure we're keeping up with things like inflation. We are seeing a pretty big increase on the employee benefits line. That's really a product of where the actuals from this past year have come in a little bit higher than where we expected to originally budget, plus some increases that we're seeing in lines like healthcare as well, which is the reason for almost a $30,000 increase on that benefits line overall. Moving down a little bit as well, we actually see some slight decreases when it comes to the religious school. We've taken a really careful look at those budget lines and where we have seen that numbers are actually falling in this year. But by also really combing through that based on the smaller enrollment has helped to lower that line as well. Moving further down the line here, building and maintenance is really another big part of our overall expenses. I will say that this is really our good faith estimate based off of the reality of where we expect things to fall in next year. But the truth is that in this past year, that line has gone pretty far over our budget of 127. That has a lot to do with some unexpected expenses from things that fall in line, from dishwashers to water line items. And security as well has been increasing year over year, which is a part of the reason for the increase that we're seeing in the building and maintenance from where we're budgeting overall. Then, in addition to other expenses, we're seeing some decreases actually when it comes to this congregation in general section. A lot of that has to do with the renegotiated fees we have with the URJ, which is great that we were able to do that, where it's almost 4,500 less than it's been in previous years from where we budgeted. So all of that comes to a total expenses of close to $950,000, a little short of that from where we're budgeting from the expense lines. And that's a summary of the overall expenses.
Thank you very much, Keith. Based on everything he just said, we are going to be increasing dues by 5% this year, which does break down to about $13 for the average family membership and about $7 a month for a single membership. There will also be a 5% increase to the building fund as well. So, Keith, I'm going to turn it back over to you to talk a little bit more about some of the income for this upcoming budget.
Great. Thanks, Aaron. So, as you mentioned, the majority of our income does come from dues. So you're seeing some slight increases in those line items based on the 5%. We have also decreased where we expect dues relief to come in, but really by reapproaching members and trying to improve the collections that we've had on some of the dues relief as well in that area. Then, we also are some of the other line items within this section is still planning on to receive funds from the employee retention credit, as we're still waiting on funds from the IRS that we expect to receive in the next year. And then we expect to continue to pull from the endowment next year. Based on market performance, we feel confident that we'll be able to do that. When it comes to religious school, we are expecting a little less in terms of tuition based off of lower enrollment again. But there's a slight increase in the average per student that we expect to collect there as well. And then, within other items and other income, our fundraising efforts continue to be solid there. So we expect things like Kol Nidre pledges have money budgeted, but also have some money set aside within fundraising miscellaneous to plan for another fundraising event from the temple for the next budget year as well. So that brings our total income lines to, once again, just short of $950,000. And that is a summary of where we are in our income.
Thank you very much, Keith. And based on all of those numbers, that leaves us with a net operating surplus of $497. In closing, we have spent countless hours refining this budget to ensure that it is as lean and responsible as possible. We want Temple Sinai to remain a spiritual home, the spiritual home that we love. We want to continue providing the exceptional programming that we do, the religious school, the music, the soulful spirituality that really defines who we are here at Temple Sinai. So we want to continue to take this path together, and we look forward to working together with all of you. Thank you very much.